day 8 of my Project 1 resubmission vlogs. Today was my final performance. In my opinion, I did really well with my monologues. I think I performed them very well. I didn't have any slip-ups with lines. I feel I conveyed the emotion very well. With the songs, the hammer, the bit of dialogue heading into it, I think I did very well. And also the singing bit. Unfortunately, on the day I didn't have the ribbon that I originally had, and instead I had a different one, which was a slightly less quality, and it was a thicker ribbon, and it didn't look as good as it did in the actual performance. Aside from that, the hammer was quite good. It did feel a little awkward without any ensemble singers behind me singing backing vocals, but apart from that, I think it went quite. Same thing goes for Smell of Rebellion. It was quite awkward without people around me, but the boxing glove idea, that went really well. With the boxing choreography, I think I did pretty well on that, but I had the very same slip up that I did on the actual night, and I forgot about, I want to say, about 2 lines of lyrics, the same lines that I forgot on the actual night, and I thought that I sung it just right before on my practice run, and I did it right then, but the lights went up and the camera started rolling on my actual run, and I just completely forgot the lines, and so instead I just improvised to fill the time, which is what I did last time, but I'm really disappointed in myself for that, because I did practice so much to get those specific words right, and I couldn't do it on the night, and I'm quite disappointed in myself for that. And dance wise for Loud, I think I did really well re-choreographing, as I added a lot of Latin elements, so cha-cha, and lighting wise I think I did quite well. I had different colours for different themes. I had just plain spotlight, quite minimalist lighting for my monologues, as I'm quite a fan of minimalist theatre, and I think it challenges an actor to not rely on the lights or the costume. And on that same note, that's why I didn't reuse my costumes. I just wore all blacks, to really challenge myself to not rely on appearance in my acting. One note I did have was from my technician Luke. He said that my cue sheet was a bit vague. Next time I need to make a cue sheet, I will read up on how to do that more, because I did just do a brief skim on the internet of how to format it, but next time I will, look up some proper terminology. I do have a brief knowledge of terminology of lighting, but not very extensive. Sound wise, I think I was quite efficient with my sound. I just downloaded it onto a memory stick and gave it to the technician, so he didn't have to worry about streaming anything on YouTube or Spotify and things not loading and all sorts of technical difficulties that can arise. One thing that my project resubmission has taught me is to always treat the whole project like the last week. Always have that sense of urgency that you have in the last few weeks in the first week, because then, one, you can not be stressed in the last few weeks and rush to complete your work and turn it in at the very last minute, and instead produce your best work up until the very end, because you're relaxed and you've got time left, and when you're relaxed, that's your best work. And if you're rushing to complete work at the very last minute, that's not going to be very good work. So that's something that I will take into the future. So overall, I think my performance went very well. An issue with the recording was that my phone overheated because it was charging and recording in 4K, which could be quite strenuous on a device, and overheated and at the end of the last monologue, and so I had to get one of my friends up to the drama studio and use their phone instead, and so there is a significant drop in camera quality halfway through the video, but it's not very noticeable. I've uploaded the video to YouTube, and I'll be continuing to complete any work for this project. But yeah, this will be my last vlog, because all of my practical things have been finished now, and that's all.